What if I told you that one of the biggest lies you have ever been taught is right in front of you? Maybe hanging on your wall. The world map. For centuries, we have looked at the Mercator projection, a map created in the 16th century by cartographer Gerardus Mercator. It was designed for navigation, not for fairness. And here's the problem. It distorts the world. Greenland looks massive, nearly the size of Africa. North America appears to dwarf the global south. But in reality, Africa is 14 times larger than Greenland and South America is double the size of Europe. Yet, in our minds, the map made Africa small.
The current size of the map of Africa is wrong. It's the world's longest misinformation and disinformation campaign, and it just simply has to stop. I think the real life implications of it is that when you're dealing with something that is much bigger than it is, your policies towards it, your investment into it are actually impacted because you're basing it on incorrect information. So Africa has 6 different time zones. It's huge. 30 countries can fit into it. Japan, India, China, most of Europe, France, Germany, Italy. But yet, when you look at it, it looks much smaller than it is. And I think that's problematic.
That marginalization is not just a perception issue. It influences media, education, and even policy. And that's why the African Union is backing the Correct the Map campaign, led by advocacy groups Africa No Filter and Speak Up Africa, to end the use of Mercator and adopt a fairer projection, the Equal Earth Map.
The way the world is, it's round, so they diminished the size of Africa to make everything fit. So it wasn't because it reflected the actual size. And what the Equal Earth projection does is actually, as much as it can, it tries to make all the continents, countries that were affected, so I think definitely Africa is one of them, it's trying to make it the right size.
Because what you see shapes what you believe. And for Africans, that distortion touches something deeper: identity.
A very tangible link between the map and perception, because undermining and showing a reduced continent and a smaller continent very much undermines also that false perception of importance and power on the global stage. We really wanted to make sure that we picked and that we pushed for the use of the projection that was the closest to reality. So for us, I think that beyond everything, we very much want people to know that there are alternatives to the Mercator projection.
It's more than geography. It's about reclaiming dignity, history, and presence on the global stage.
Right now, we're actively working on promoting a curriculum where the Equal Earth projection will be the main standard across all classrooms, and that it will be also the projections that's being widely used by all global institutions, including African ones as well. And to us, that's definitely going to be a metric of success, making sure that all of us actually use the Equal Earth projection as just the standard and the new norm, really.
The African Union says this push ties directly to its broader mission, from calls for reparations for slavery and colonialism to ensuring Africa is not written out of the future the same way it was erased on the map.
The African Union supports this campaign and sees that this campaign, through various actions aimed at promoting this really accurate mapping and addressing historical inaccuracies. So being closely aligned with the AU broader goals of reclaiming Africa's rightful place on the global stage, challenging false narrative and promoting a more accurate and equitable representation of the continent, this campaign really aligns with several actions that are directly or indirectly linked to the campaign but supports its broader objective.
And the world is listening. The Caribbean community CARICOM has endorsed the Equal Earth as well, calling Mercator's projection an ideology of power and dominance. Even the World Bank says it is moving away from Mercator, while the UN's geospatial body is now reviewing the Equal Earth proposal. So next time you glance at a map, ask yourself, are you looking at the world or at centuries of distortion? With Farhan Khan, Bureau Report, India Today Global.